Hey folks, Stagger from the Six here, coming to you from the Hershey RV Show, America's biggest RV show. I am at the Gulfstream booth and we are looking at the vintage cruisers. And specifically, we're looking at the 19 ERD model. And this one has a couple of claims to fame. For one, and this was a big surprise to me, it's got an interior unlike anything I've ever seen on a vintage cruiser before. Very beautiful, modern looking interior. It's branded as Laura Ashley, and I think that may have something to do with it. Nice blue color on the outside as well, so loving that. But this trailer is actually, for what looks to be a pretty large single axle trailer, the unloaded weight is only 3,090 pounds and the hitch weight is only 370 pounds. So this is a very towable trailer, and I think you're gonna be really impressed by the features. We've actually got a separate bedroom inside. We've got beautiful decor inside. We've got a dry bath and a bathroom with a sink as well. So it's kind of hitting all of those pain points or complaint points for lightweight trailers that we get in our comments section. So I'm really excited to show you this one. We're gonna start by walking around the outside, then we'll head on inside, and then of course I'll do my pros and cons. Let's get started. We'll start at the nose of the vintage Cruiser 19 ERD. And as you can see, we have a power tongue jack, we have dual 20-pound propane tanks. We do have our battery disconnect right here on the inside of the frame. Nice spot for it. Easy to get at, but not easy to accidentally hit it. And coming around to the utility side, and we have a pass-through storage here with slam latches. It is magnetic holds as well, which is nice. And I'll just give you a look inside there. Fortunately, they've got the other side locked, so I can't show you through there, but you can see it's a very large space. Plenty of storage, and of course just be aware that whatever you add here is going to add to your tongue weight. Now, nice thing that we're only starting at 370 pounds, so we've got a little bit of room to play around with that. Here we've got our fresh water fill for the fresh water tank, and this is a 21-gallon tank. And then as we head along the side, and I'll just give you a look, got a nice big window here in the bedroom, and then a couple of smaller windows down towards the dinette side of things. And nice graphics as well, vintage cruiser, and not over the top though, so it's an actual, you know, subtle looking, nice looking trailer. Here we have a black tank flush, here we have our city water connection, and then we have a spray port, and then down underneath we've got our dumping station here, and it is a 33-gallon gray and a 33-gallon black. Nicely tucked up. I like that it's in front of the tire, but well back from the vehicle's tire. So it should be in a safe spot right there. Of course, we have our vintage style hubcap, nice shiny hubcap and steel wheels, paint match to the rest of the trailer. Love that. And we have the inlet and the outlet for our furnace. And then as we come to the back, we've got our 30 amp connection. It is a separate cord set, so mice and bugs can't get in there. We've got a cable and our satellite hookup, and then we have an on-demand Fagatti hot water heater. We do have stabilizers at both the front and the rear of this trailer. So there's a look at the one here, and there is one at the front as well. And we have our sewer hose storage in the bumper. And again, you know, nice styling, so that bumper is painted to match the rest of the graphics and the colors of the trailer. And we got a nice big window at the back here in the dinette area. So appreciate that. And as we swing around to the campsite of the trailer, and you can see we've got the Laura Ashley branding. Where you're really gonna see that show up is when we get inside. We do have solid steps along with a grab handle to help us with getting in and out of the trailer. Another one of those nifty steel wheels. And we do have another cable antenna and a plug, so if you want to set up your TV outside, you can. We've also got the mounting bracket for it as well. And then we come around, and you can see that we've got a good size awning. I'm guessing that's around maybe 12 feet or so, and it's over the door, which is nice. Before we head inside, a couple of other features that I want to point out. We do get some diamond plating to protect from rocks flying as well. And then we have this fiberglass roof, and that is going to extend all the way to the back bumper of the trailer. So really appreciate that we have a fiberglass roof on this trailer. That's really going to help with longevity and make it a little bit easier to prevent any leaks from happening as well. And let's head inside the 19 ERD from Vintage Cruiser. And giving you the lay of the land, on our left we have our dinette. Nice 4-person dinette, so that's going to convert into a 2-person bed as well. Right across from the door we have our kitchen. It's got a microwave, stove, and an oven. So we're really seeing a lot of features that we don't always see. And then of course to the right is where we have our bedroom area way up at the front of the trailer, and then in between the door and the front we have our fridge, and we have our shower on the right, and on the left we have our bathroom with the toilet with the sink in it. So we're going to swing around and we will start at the dinette side of things. So, and as you can see, this is a little bit less vintage maybe for vintage cruiser. Very modern looking style, I would say. And we've got cabinets up above. Nice depth. They are triangular because of the curve of the roof of the trailer. But plenty of space in there. We've got our stereo system mounted here as well. And we've got another cabinet here. Some nice lights on either side as well. So you're going to be able to go with a slightly less bright lighting if you want to. And those lights also carry down here below. Nice little home style light fixture, which is a nice feature. Now, one thing I'm not super crazy about is the lack of blackout shades, although maybe we'll see that when we get to the bedroom we do have blackout shades, but we do have these curtains to give us privacy at least. They probably are going to let a little bit of light through though, I would imagine. And of course this is going to convert into a bed. And swinging around from the dinette area, I'm just going to give you a look at the control panel here. So we have a solar charge controller, so that means we're going to have some solar up on the roof. Appreciating that. We've got our awning switch, we've got some light switches, the water pump switch, and then our tank monitors here. And we've got the control for the hot water heater here as well. And we've got a setup where we can mount a TV here as well. And our cable hookups, our satellite hookups. We've got plugs and just everything that you need. And it says that your new coach is pre-wired for Wi-Fi, LTE, and internet. So that's kind of cool as well. And you can order to call to order that up. You can call to order that up. Forgetting how to talk. And as we come around to across from the door, and here we have our kitchen. And for a lightweight trailer like this with these features, that show price is pretty aggressive at $24,845. The MSRP, you're looking at $40,659. I wouldn't expect to get that show price for too long. So we have nice big cabinets up top in the kitchen here, very deep. So those are deep enough for dinner plates. Those are deep enough for and large enough for even big pots and so on. We've got our microwave, and of course it's not going to be an air fryer because we have an oven down below. And we have our exhaust hood for the stove. Can't really open up the stove to show you, but that's going to be a 3-burner stove. And we do have an oven there as well. And so you're going to be able to do pizzas and so on. And then we have ventilation down there, so no storage down there. But we'll just come back up and we'll show you the sink. Nice farmhouse style. Well, it's not farmhouse style, but it's a residential sized sink. Very deep, plenty of space. Nice pull-down faucet that turns, and very modern look to it. So not so vintagey here. And we've got some small drawers down below. And a little bit bigger down for the bottom ones. So definitely you've got space for all of your cutlery. You've got space for your pots and pans and everything up top. So really appreciating that. Now let's just see if we have any storage underneath the dinette. This is not a storage compartment. And we do have storage underneath this one though. And let's just get a look inside of there. Okay, so plenty of storage down there. So that's going to give you some good space to put some containers and so on. Not the easiest to get at, but I appreciate the fact that it's there nonetheless. Now we're going to spin around past the kitchen again, and we'll take a look at the refrigerator. And very large freezer, one shelf in there. And then for the refrigerator, good size. We've got 2 shelves, plus we've got a vegetable drawer down there. And they haven't installed the shelves on the door, but you've got 2 shelves on the door as well. And of course, we've got it color matched to the interior and the exterior of the rest of the trailer. So loving that. All right, we're gonna skip the bathroom and make our way to the bedroom first. And you can see that it's actually basically a separate room. So we have this curtain track up here that runs across. And as you can see, there's a curtain in the corner. So you actually get some measure of privacy here. If somebody wants to stay up and work at the dinette, or somebody wants to get up early and sit at the dinette, they can keep this closed, and it ends up being a separate space. So I love that. They've got it nicely staged. I'll put the size of the bed up on the screen, assuming that I can find it on their website. And we've got our emergency exit on one side, and then we've got an opening window on the other side. So we're going to be able to get plenty of ventilation and lots of storage here as well. So we've got a nice closet, one on either side. And then of course, a nice cabinet. Again, with that sloped roof, it ends up being kind of triangular shape, but still going to be a great spot to put your clothes and so on. And again, we've got those same window coverings. I wouldn't mind that they put a blackout in behind the curtains just to give you a little bit more darkening effect than you're going to get from that. Now down below, and you can see that we have USBs and charging plugs, and then a nice little shelf to put your phone on. So we've got everything that we need. And we also have reading lights for each person on the bed as well. So that is awesome. All right, let's take a look at the bathroom now. So on one side we have a shower. I don't think I'm going to do the size test because there's a lot of that pink stuff down at the bottom, which is going to get my feet wet. But just kind of eyeballing it, guys, I can tell you that I'm not going to have any trouble fitting. This is a very spacious, it is a bit of a step up, but with the skylight, that pretty much makes it the same height as the rest of the trailer. Another neat feature may be taken from the truck camping world, but we're using a curved shower curtain rod here, which makes a spacious shower even more spacious. So I just realized that you can close the bathroom door, and they've got a little latch for it here. And essentially that makes this an ensuite, and you've got not just the curtain, but you've even got a door that you can use to close off the bedroom area. So that is really cool. And of course that's going to lead us into the bathroom. So we've got a toilet, and it is a porcelain toilet, and we've got a sink, and it looks like there's plenty of space here. We'll just give it the size test real quick. So here in the bathroom, a few things to show you before we talk about how comfortable it is. So we've got a fan up top. We've got two lights up there, which are not on right now, but there's going to be plenty of lighting in here because of that. And oh, here's the switch, so let's turn them on. And we've got a medicine cabinet. So good amount of storage for all of our stuff. And then we've got, of course, this sink with a nice cutout here, which is giving me plenty of elbow room as I'm sitting on the throne. And so we open up here, we've got more space to store items down below as well. So appreciating that. And in terms of the fit, what can I tell you? It fit great. There's plenty of elbow room on both sides actually, and nice porcelain toilet. And I can't show you both thumbs because I'm holding the camera, but I'm giving it 2 thumbs up, guys, because we've got a dry bath, we've got a sink in here. It's very spacious, good height in the shower. What more could you ask for? And even this door that allows you to create a separate space with the bedroom is really, really cool. Really appreciating that. On the ventilation front, we have this Furrion air conditioner, which robs virtually no headroom. It might take away like a ½ inch or so. It's almost flush with the ceiling, so appreciate that. We do have a fan in the bedroom, and actually no, this is just a vent. It's not a fan, but that's going to help with ventilation, so I still appreciate that they've included that. And we do get a fan in the bathroom as well. This is on the toilet side, not on the shower side, because the top of the shower is all skylight. It's time for pros and cons, and as usual, we'll start with the pros. The first pro is the floor plan. At just over 23 feet, this is longer than most trailers that we feature in the channel, but they've sure put that extra length to good use. The full central dry bath is a great feature, as is the separate bedroom and living areas. My second pro is that they've kept the weight down in spite of the floor plan's features and length. 3,090 pounds with a 370 pound tongue weight makes this a very towable option for 5,000 pound tow capacity SUVs. My final pro is the coordinated color scheme both inside and out. When you look at as many RVs as I do, they all start to feel the same in look, but this one is definitely unique and in a cute sort of way. This also brings me to my first con, however, which is that things get a bit more flowery inside than I personally would like. I wish they'd used the plaid pattern from the dinette seats for the included pillow shams and curtains. My next con is the lack of a torsion axle. With its fairly reasonable price, I think they could easily include one. My final con is the one compromise in the layout, which is a lack of kitchen counter space. At least the table is right beside the kitchen, so it can double as your prep space. Overall, the Vintage Cruiser 19 ERD solves almost all of the pain points in other lightweight RVs and looks really original while doing it. What do you think? Does the Laura Ashley decor package hit the right notes and help make this a great couples travel trailer option? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see another unique approach to small couples campers, check out the Grand Design Serenova linked on the screen. Thanks for watching and take care.